Hello everyone, welcome to Quantum MMA. I thought I'll share my predictions for UFC 310. I know it's been a really long time off. I was lazy and I was delayed as well. So I thought, I don't know what to say. I feel like now it's time. So I'm going to upload the videos from now onwards. Yeah, it's not as if like any of you guys missed. For the people who missed, thank you so much. And yeah, let's move on. And this time I'm going to do a prediction for the entire UFC 310 card, last card of the year and such, and it is such a stacked card. The first card with no women's MMA fight. I think not the first one, but for in a long time I can remember. Yeah, thank you so much, and yeah, let's dive deep into it. Let's start with the first fight, which is, let me check, Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Lukasz Brzeski. And who am I going with in this matchup? How do I say? I feel like Kennedy is going to win this in the first round via KO. I think Kennedy's power and his athleticism results in a quick and decisive finish. More than that, I feel like Lukasz Brzeski is good, but Luca Brasi from Godfatherish name, to be honest. But still, all in all, jokes apart, I feel like Kennedy is actually going to win this matchup and via first round KO. And yeah, he's got the power, he's got the stuff to do it. What else is there? And that's pretty much it. Let's move on to the next matchup, which is Clay Guida versus Chase Hopper, whatever it is. Let's be honest, mate. Clay Guida is a 40-plus-year-old uncle, and Chase Hooper is a bit of a threat, I must say. I think Chase Hooper is going to win this matchup via second round submission, triangle choke, if I'm not wrong. And Hooper's grappling expertise overcomes Guida's defense on the ground. And Guida is someone, don't get me wrong, Guida is an amazing fighter, but still, all in all, he's old. He is on his way out, and I think Chase Hooper can actually win this matchup. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. A second round triangle choke decision is what we are looking at here. And let's move on to the next matchup, which is Michael Chiesa versus Max Griffin. Why do I feel like, Max Griffin is going to win this one? And no, Michael Chiesa has got all the chance in the world, but still, I think he's the one who's going to win this matchup. But I don't know. I think I'm going to go with a little bit of a, how do I say, something that's against it, which is, I think I'm going to go with Max Griffin over here via split decision. I think Griffin's striking output narrowly edges out, Chiesa's grappling in a close fight, I must say. And moreover, come on, mate. Chiesa has not been that active, and his previous matchup was against Tony. And he finished Tony, mate, in the first round. Fuck Chiesa for that. And I think Max Griffin is going to get the win. And it's going to be a split decision. And this is going to sort of bug, Chiesa for a long time. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Now, let's move on to the next matchup, which is Cody Durden versus Joshua Van. Van's striking volume and pace, wears down Durden is what I have actually made a point on this. First time I have made points and I'm talking based on it. Please appreciate it, That's all I'm going to say. If not, make fun of it. That's all. I think his strike and pace is a bit of a too much thing for Durden. I think probably it's going to be a late finish in their scenario. I think Joshua Van is going to win the matchup via TKO in the third round. That's pretty much it. I think it's going to be a TKO, mate, in the third round. Who knows? I think Durden is good, well and good, but still, I feel like Joshua Van is in this matchup, and I think he's going to win this matchup. That's pretty much it. Let's move on to the next matchup, which is Chris Weidman versus Eryk Anders. See, Eryk Anders is supposed to win this matchup, is going to win this matchup by a second round KO. But Chris Weidman is not in the greatest possible shape, and more than that, he started poking in people's eyes. And I think I really don't know what else to say. Unless and until he pokes or does some weird stuff like this, I think Eryk Anders is actually going there. I think he's actually going to finish it probably in the second round, is what my belief is I think he's going to finish him in the second round. Yeah. KO, I think Chris Weidman is going to get finished. I think he's going to get his ass finished. As much as I was not a fan of him, but used to watch his fights. But still, I don't know what else to say. That's pretty much it. Let's move on. Hopefully, he doesn't eye poke everyone. And the next matchup, obviously, is none other than Randy Brown versus Bryan battle. Randy Brown, the guy who was made to be, to lose to all the top 7 guys in the first round. I think he's meant to lose to the guys who are eventually going to be ranked in the top 7 of the division. I think that is the main reason Bryan Battle is taking this test. I feel like Bryan Battle is good. He's got the power, he's got the striking, and he looks like Charles Oliveira right now. And he's convinced himself that he is a lookalike of Charles Oliveira. And I think it's going to overwhelm Brown. I'm thinking of a finish in the first round, either via submission or via KO. Bryan Battle via submission or a KO in the first round. Let's go on. Yes. And let's move on to the next matchup, which is, oh my god, Movsar Evloev versus Aljamain. Two cucks, in one card. Movsar, the guy, I've picked him to beat Ilia Topuria in the future, by the way, versus Aljamain Sterling. Who do I think is gonna win this matchup? I'll just I don't know, mate. I really don't know whether you guys believe it or not. I really feel like he's had one of those careers, where it just happened to him out of nowhere. The first matchup he was losing to Peter, and he gets fucking kneed in his head, and it's so unfortunate. And then after that, he pulls out of the rematch thinking Jan might lose, but Jan comes in and gives an amazing performance against none other than Corey Sandhagen, and then he gets a split decision loss against Peter Jan. And after that, TJ Dillashaw, the guy loses his arm out, like his shoulder just popped out, and that's it. And the match after that was, Henry Cejudo versus him. Henry Cejudo comes off from a long layoff, by the way, and he gets a split decision win against him. And after that, the first time he faced someone, which is none other than Sean O'Malley, who had a decent break and everything. The moment, was I angry with Sean O'Malley doing what he did in order to win that matchup against Aljo? 100% yes. But was I happy that it got happened to Aljo? Yes, 100% yes. He fucked the Peter Yan. Sean O'Malley fucked both Peter Yan and him. There is nothing wrong in that, Eventually, his submissive slave Merab, he just came and he beat Sean O'Malley, to be really honest. And dryness in my lips, that's why. So he is able to do this. Apart from this, I really don't see Aljamain having any of strong career. As he said, he was the biggest bantamweight, and how do I say, let's come to Movsar Evloev, the guy. Everybody looks good against him, but still, he is the Leon Edwards of the featherweight division. Trust me, he's the Leon Edwards of the featherweight division. The guy, has he got steroids, other stuff, like people say, nobody has seen it visibly with their eyes. I don't know, could be true, who knows, fuck it, I'm going to pick him anyways. So yeah, I think his relentless grappling, his pace and his control, I think that's what's gonna dominate Sterling. People really forget, man. I think, even dropped, if I'm not wrong, Movsar Evloev dropped Arnold Allen in the second round with a stiff jab. I think his jab and his wrestling. And come on, mate, he is a master of sport in Greco-Roman wrestling from Russia, to be really honest. And I feel like my guy Movsar Evloev is going to take the win over here via unanimous decision. And I hope, Aljo gets nothing but losses after this, because he fucked Peter Yan, that fucking cunt. Yeah, I hope he loses. That's pretty much it, mate. Time to be a man and move on from this shit. Yeah. Vicente Luque versus, who do I say? That guy's name, Themba Gorimbo. Mate. Everybody is picking Themba Gorimbo, Vincent Luque, an amazing fighter. The guy who gives everyone entertaining fights. I'm pretty sure he must be one of your favorite fighters as well. And I don't know what happened to him in the last matchup. Apparently his chin gave up, or I don't know what was wrong with him. But I think I'm gonna go with Vincent Luque by the way, via submission, Dar's choke probably in the first round. I think maybe this is one last time I'm trusting in him. Maybe one last time I'm giving it a chance. Luque's elite submission skills, it's kind of like too much for Gorimbo right now to handle. I think yeah, that's pretty much it. I think Vincent Luque is actually gonna get a first round submission win. I think Vincent Luque is gonna win. Something like what I'm gonna say. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I hate to see him have this fight. That's pretty much it. Let's move on to the next matchup, which is Dominick Reyes versus Dominick Unlucky Reyes versus Anthony Delulu, which is Delusional Smith. I don't know what else to say. Reyes is good. He is good. His recent knockout issues indicates vulnerability which Smith can exploit too. I think that could happen. Yes, it could. What else have I got? Anthony Smith. You know what? Let me be, delusional for some time, and I'm gonna pick Anthony Smith via second round TKO. I think he's gonna win this matchup, and he's gonna call out someone, and Anthony Smith is gonna say, "Oh, Merry Christmas" to me. I think Anthony Smith is gonna say that people are scared of him. Yes, people are scared of him because this guy is going to start being delusional again. So it's going to be in a few months time. Who knows? Within a few months time, in case if Anthony Smith loses, I think he's gonna say that he is the president of US. So in order to avoid such a meltdown for Anthony Smith, for his own personal safety and other stuff, I'm saying, please mate, let's give. I'm gonna select Anthony Smith via second round TKO. I think they should give it to him. He's a Delulu guy. He's a delusional guy. What can you do? Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the next matchup, which is Nate Landwehr versus Dooho Choi. Mate, I'm telling you, this is an amazing matchup. In case if any of the, I know most of the hardcore fans and normal fans also must be aware of these two guys, Dooho Choi versus Nate Landwehr. And I think it's going to be an amazing matchup. I think they are going to beat each other up mercilessly. Choi is precise, his striking. There are a few lapses in, Nate Landwehr's defense. I think that's where, Choi could actually exploit. I'm going to go with Choi via second round TKO here as well. I don't know, maybe the delusional Anthony Smith pick might be coming on to me, but still, I don't know what there is to say. I'm not going to linger onto it. I'm still going with Dooho Choi via second round TKO. That's pretty much it. Let's move on to the next matchup, which is Bryan Mitchell versus Kron Gracie. Bryce Mitchell versus Kron Gracie. Oh, but Kron Gracie, the last time we saw him, that guy was on his ass, he was wiping his ass on the fucking floor. What's wrong with them? It's these jiu-jitsu guys, mate. At one point, it was supposed to be the coolest, form of, martial art, and now it has become a joke. Hopefully, in this time he was away, I think he was able to, practice much more on his, striking skills and everything. But all in all, if I were to pick one guy, I'm going to go with Bryce Mitchell. Guy is coming from a really, really bad KO, and it's Christmas time as well. I think he's going to remind everyone of that there is a Lord, and he's going to show everyone the Bible as well. Bryce Mitchell believes in flat earth as well. Come on, mate. I don't know. Too much, problems. Guys who have problems. Yes, I really don't know what to say. For example, I was able to convince, people were able to convince Bryce Mitchell. For example, this is you guys would call this as a wire. I've tied it in my hand over here. And Bryce Mitchell actually calls this as a roll, it as I forgot the name of the watch company as well. Rolex, fuck this, yeah, Rolex, yeah. Bryce Mitchell thinks of this wire as a Rolex. See, even in order to make fun of that guy's condition, I'm unable to come with something that is, this bizarre, but still, he's coming up with such bizarre stuff. And I think that's what we need in UFC. He is the bizarre guy. If any of you guys who watched WWE in the olden times, as in like in the early 2000s, there was a guy called as Fetus or not Fetus, fuck it, Festus. He's this dumb guy, and I think every time I see Bryce Mitchell, I'm reminded of that guy, and that's why I'm going to pick Bryce Mitchell, which is a very funny analogy to pick Bryce. But still, all in all, I think he's got the wrestling prowess and the striking stuff to deal with. Kron Gracie is, like a jiu-jitsu is good, but come on, mate, let's be frank. Bryce Mitchell with this, like ground and pound, I think he'll be able to do it and pull it off. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think Bryce Mitchell is going to win this. And next, let's move on to the next matchup, which is Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov. Sergey? Alexander Volkov is the Sergey of UFC, by the way. Wait, is it me or you guys are feeling like, I think Gane is going to win this, but still, I want Alexander Volkov to win, mate. Him getting that haircut and him being that cute, big Russian. Sergey, like the guy who's in Mission Impossible, and also there is one more Russian guy who sits on in Stranger Things. He seems like a big giant who's well and good, who's helpful and stuff. I think, Gane superior moment. I know Gane won in the first time when they met for the first time in their first matchup, but their striking keep Volkov, and I don't know, I think Gane knows how to keep Volkov away, and Volkov is someone who's I think how it's going to go is, I think it's going to go close. More than that, rather than promoting a fight, because let's be honest, Tom Aspinall has run out of options right now. And rather than, even if it's a close matchup, I think they are going to give it to Cyril Gane. The main reason is Tom Aspinall has run out of options, and England, like UK versus France, would sell me. England versus France would always sell. I'm telling you, it will sell. That's pretty much it. It will sell. Trust me. Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov. I think Volkov is going to do good, but eventually I think they are going to give the decision to Cyril Gane. Nothing more, nothing less. And as much as I hate to see this and everything, that's pretty much it. Yeah, what can I say, mate? Yeah, Cyril Gane is going to win this matchup. It's going to be an amazing matchup. Yeah, let's move on to the next matchup, which is none other than Shavkat Rakhmonov. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado, the Garry. Let's be real. How do you guys think this match is going to play? It's a 5-rounder as well. I think Ian Garry is going to run. He's not going to follow any of the things he has talked so far in the build-up so far. And I really don't think so. Like, Ian Garry is a man. I think man as in like, I know someone who has a family member who's a friend of Ian Garry. Fuck it. That is the main reason I'm being nice to him. Fuck Ian Garry. I don't think so he's got anything. I know they have almost got like similar wins, in the last 3 matchups, which is Geoff Neil Magny, and Wonder Boy for Shavkat. Geoff Neil Magny, and again, MVP for what's his name, Garry, and I think Shavkat was able to finish all of them. Ian Garry didn't do shit, mate. Oh, mate. I think that's how boring, Ian Garry's performance against MVP was, and even against Geoff Neil was. And I don't know, this is a 5-rounder. I know Ian Garry has been training for quite some time, but I don't think so he's ready yet. I think he's still suffering from all the sexually transmitted diseases that he's got. That cuckold motherfucker, I think he should, sort of be a man, and he should sort of, fight a guy who is actually going to talk trash to him in the press conference, which he never will. I think that's one of the biggest reason why he chose Shavkat, because he knew he's not gonna talk shit against him. If it was Buck, it was always Buck versus the cuck. And maybe his wife didn't want to see Ian get blacked raw, maybe. That's pretty much it. Apart from that, what else have I got, mate? Yeah, Ian Garry is really good. He's good. I think it's going to be a tough and close matchup for Shavkat, because he's going to try and finish the matchup, and he's going to get hit at the same time as well. Whereas Ian Garry is someone, who's going to strike with him and probably run, disengage every now and then. I think that's how I feel like it's gonna go up. But eventually, if I were to pick a winner, since this is just a rough random picking up of winners, I must say, I think Shavkat Rakhmonov is gonna win. I think he's gonna win via submission in the third or the fourth round. I still haven't lost my dilemma of people finishing fighters in the third or the fourth. I wouldn't be surprised, if Shavkat is able to get a submission in the second round as well. Because Garry doesn't, he did not deal well with the left hook, and plus Shavkat's hooks and his kicks are pretty not so good, and he sets them all up so that he could go and submit him. Even in the training video, if any of you guys noticed, Shavkat said, Garry, I say that Shavkat submitted Garry. Even Garry admitted that he tapped while his wife was taping it. Like, what the fuck was that, mate? Seriously? Garry. Oh, fuck that guy, mate. Seriously? He's a fucking cunt, to be honest. I'm gonna go with Shavkat Rakhmonov. I think he's gonna choke him. And because you know why? Because I mainly feel like that's when Garry likes to gag on those chokes, by the way. That's pretty much it. I think Shavkat Rakhmonov is gonna win via guillotine choke, probably in the third or the fourth round. I think he's gonna eventually catch up to him and finish him. Yeah. Let's move on to the main event of the night, which is Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai Asakura. Kai Asakura is an amazing striking artist. He's got the power, he's got the capabilities, he's got all the nice, beautiful things in his arsenal to KO Alexandre Pantoja. But do I think that's gonna happen? Nah, I don't think so. That's gonna happen. Is this similar to when Michael Chandler came into the UFC and he just had his first matchup against Dan Hooker and he finished him via KO in the first round. Is something similar to that? No. I think Alexandre Pantoja is actually going to grapple with him because regardless of what people say, let's be honest, UFC's grappling is completely different, and I always felt UFC is always the best division. It's got all the massive talents in the world. I think that's what's going to happen over here as well. It's going to be another showcase of it. I think Alexandre Pantoja, once the bell rings, I think he's going to go in there. I think he's going to get into a few strikes here and there. I think he's going to eventually start grappling with him. And I think he's eventually going to submit him. I think Alexandre Pantoja is going to submit Kai Asakura. He's an amazing guy. I like it. I think him versus Kai Gara-France or even him versus Brandon Moreno, I think is going to be one of the greatest fights. I think it's going to be a visual treat for the fighting fans, to be really honest. But this matchup, I feel like he's not ready. Even I saw a lot of comments where people said something like, oh my god, Kai Asakura is defending Merab's takedowns. Merab's takedowns, everybody's going to defend against it, mate. It's not about the defending the takedown. It's about how many number of takedowns he's going to use on you. Fucker is going to use some 49 plus takedowns on you, and what can you do? That's what happens. This is what happens. I think similar to that, I think Alexandre Pantoja is going to sort of grapple a lot. His style is going to be a grapple heavy style with him. I think he's going to eventually take his back. I think he's going to submit him. It's going to be a rare naked choke. I think that's pretty much it. Probably in round 3. I hope Kai Asakura is able to go until that much. That's pretty much it. I think Alexandre Pantoja is going to win via submission in the third round, which is a rare naked choke. I will tend to post this entire prediction that I've got in the post section of my channel. Please subscribe to my channel in case if you guys have come this far, or in case if you guys are watching especially for the main event. Thanks for watching, and that's pretty much it. Nothing more than that. Thank you so much. I tend to upload a video every day from now onwards and torture you guys much more with my RLS stuff. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lord.